We all think we know the world map. I mean, we use it pretty much every day, right? But what if I told you it's filled with secrets, hiding in plain sight? Today, we're going to peel back the layers of the familiar to find some of the world's most wonderful, weird, and even forbidden locations, all discoverable with just a few clicks.
Just think about that for a second. The map in your pocket, the one you use to find the nearest coffee shop, is also a kind of portal. It's a window into these colossal art projects, ancient mysteries, and yeah, even top-secret forbidden zones. So what's really out there?
So here's where our little journey is going to take us. First up, we'll see where nature itself gets a little weird. Then we'll check out some massive art installations plopped down in the middle of nowhere. After that, we're going to investigate some ancient mysteries. And finally, we'll try to peek behind the pixels at the places we're not supposed to see at all.
Okay. First up, we're looking at times when the planet itself just decided to get strange, creating these landscapes that honestly seem like they're from another world.
I know, it sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel, doesn't it? But believe it or not, this place is very, very real. And it's our first stop.
So, this incredible pink color comes from a special kind of algae that just loves the lake's super salty water. And I mean super salty. So salty that the fish that live there are 4 times smaller than normal. And get this, thousands of locals actually make their living harvesting all that salt. It's a completely unique little ecosystem, all centered around this bizarrely beautiful water.
Okay, so from a lake that's bustling with life, we're now going to journey to one of the most isolated places on the entire planet. A place that's defined by one single lonely number, 250.
That's it. That's the entire population of Tristan da Cunha, and they're living on an active volcano in the middle of the ocean. To even get there, you need special permission and a 6-day boat trip. It's this tiny community literally worlds away from everyone else. Maybe the ultimate introvert's dream, huh?
What on earth could possibly earn that nickname? It's definitely not what you're thinking. We're not talking about tiny little casinos and Aunt Sugars here.
The scale of this is just mind-boggling. From the air, the desert floor looks like a perfectly patterned carpet, but every single one of those dots is a bustling metropolis, a nest for red harvester ants. It's this sprawling city of mounds that earned it that flashy Las Vegas title from scientists.
But nature isn't the only artist at work here. Sometimes humans step in and turn the most remote corners of the globe into a personal and absolutely colossal art gallery.
I mean, just imagine scrolling over the coast of France and seeing this. Is it some kind of prehistoric fossil? A sea monster? What is that?
It's actually a breathtaking piece of art called Le Serpent d'Océan. And what makes it so brilliant is how it plays with its environment. At high tide, the serpent looks like it's rising from the depths, but at low tide, it looks like an ancient fossil just sitting on the shore. It's like a living sculpture, constantly being changed by the sea.
Now, let's talk about scale. Just try to picture an art installation, so vast it covers this much ground, 1 million square feet. That is an absolutely enormous canvas.
This thing is massive. It's made of 2 interlocking spirals, one of giant cones pointing up and one of giant pits dug down. It's so big you can only really appreciate it from the sky. The whole point, according to the artists, was to celebrate the desert not just as a place, but as a state of mind. Vast, quiet, and really powerful.
Now this is a story of just incredible dedication. For over 2 decades, one man worked, mostly by hand, to build a map of the entire world. And what's so amazing is his ingenuity. He would use the frozen lake in the winter as a platform to drag these huge stones into their perfect positions. It was a lifetime of work, all to create his own miniature world. All right, our next stop is a little different. We're moving from creations we can understand to ancient clues that we really can't. These are symbols etched right onto the landscape, with no one left to tell us what in the world they mean.
So, deep in the deserts of the Middle East, you can find these enormous geoglyphs, and they're only visible from the air. The wheels in Jordan, they're ancient, possibly 8,500 years old, and some seem to align with the sunrise. But then you have these structures in Saudi Arabia, these massive stone gates and triangles. And their age, their purpose, it's a complete mystery.
Okay, from ancient land mysteries to modern ones in the deep, for centuries, sailors told stories of krakens and giant beasts. What if they weren't entirely wrong?
So some eagle-eyed map watchers have spotted 2 really strange shapes in the waters off Antarctica. One is eerily similar to a megalodon, the largest shark that ever lived. The other looks a lot like the legendary Kraken. Now, the likely explanation is a giant squid or maybe even an unusual rock formation, but the shapes are undeniably there, just these unsettling little anomalies in the Southern Ocean.
And for our final section, we're looking at the places that aren't just strange or mysterious, but are intentionally hidden. These are the black spots on our otherwise complete map of the world.
This table kind of lays out the different reasons for all the secrecy. You've got Site R, which is a government bunker for emergencies, so of course it's hidden. Marua is blurred because of its history with nuclear testing. North Sentinel Island is obscured to protect one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth from the outside world. And then there's Sandy Island, a phantom island that was on maps for 200 years but never actually existed. Whoops.
And some places aren't hidden by pixels but by ancient walls. The Vatican secret archives are one of the most famous. It's not a military base, but it's just as inaccessible. Guarding centuries of documents that are so sensitive, access is nearly impossible, which, of course, fuels all kinds of conspiracy theories about what's really inside.
It all just goes to show you that even in our super-connected, fully mapped world, shadows remain. Whether it's to guard national secrets, preserve a fragile ecosystem, or protect a tribe from the modern world, secrecy is still a fundamental part of our geography.
So we've seen pink lakes, ant cities, desert spirals, and even phantom islands. It really makes you wonder, right? With every square inch of the planet seemingly cataloged, what giant snake skeleton, what ancient mystery, or what hidden world is just one accidental scroll away from being discovered? What's the next secret the map is going to reveal?